This is another website that's built with WordPress. It's called Alabama's Front Porches. It's all about locations within Southwest Alabama, but these are ones that are really particularly targeted for tourists to visit. And it highlights everything from the events that are happening around the region to places to eat, to the history of the area, to outdoor recreation, to nature watching, camping locations, and then you've got obviously the events that are located within the region. One of the things that was really useful about this is it's a partnership between Chamber of Commerces all across the region. So we wanted to be able to allow those individual chambers to add attractions as they came up. So using CRED, I was able to build a form that basically allows those individual users to go in and create new attractions and add descriptions, and they don't actually submit to being published. They submit and they save as pending so that someone on the actual staff can review it and make sure it's legitimate and make sure it's accurate and make sure it contains the kind of information we want to promote. But using CRED, I was able to build this form, which is pretty simple, but it allows it to pull in and map the location. You pick what county and what types of attractions they are, and then you basically hit submit, and it ends up delivering a location that's similar to, I'll pull up one of the individual locations, everything from a small web picture to attraction photos to a map. And this was all added by someone that's not on staff, it's not paid for by this project. That it's added by somebody that wants to promote the location. You can see the types of things that you might be able to see at that particular location and where it's found. And it all comes from being able to just basically log in. You don't even have to log in with this one. You can just go as a user and add pictures. That's a simple. The CRED thing allowed me to do that, and before we had CRED, we had to basically have someone email you the content, and then it required somebody to look at it and edit it and add it and then review it and make sure that the end user that had sent it in was able to look at it and make sure it was okay. So this has taken out multiple steps and made it a lot faster. So that was one of the great things that CRED allowed me to do on that website. When we had new nominations for new locations, we've had 270 locations around the state on the Alabama Birding Trails project for probably about 5 years, and there's been kind of a push to have new locations. Communities around the state had seen that it was successful and was driving people to those locations. So there were probably about 15 or 20 different places that wanted to become birding trail sites that weren't, and actually used CRED to build an online form that hooked into the sites, basically, that allowed me to send a link to people that were interested in creating new sites, and they were able to input all the content